What is your best? Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer moment? When I was in basic training with the Army, our drill instructors would ask, "Why is the sky blue?" The response we were supposed to give was, "Because God loves the infantry." Infantry color is blue in the US military. The first time my drill sergeant asked me this, I looked at him like he was an idiot and started going off about blue light refracting off of the Earth's atmosphere. I hope he made you do press-ups, as it's down to scattering, not refracting. In our country, our army obeys the law of electrodynamics, sir. Took a job transfer to another country. Had all my belongings in a rental truck. Why are you bringing a lawn mower into the country? Because I own it? I would have said, to periodically reduce the length of grass on my property, while keeping a completely straight face. I forgot my badge that gets me into work once. For some reason of all times, the head of security, who is an ex-cop, was working it. He asks, "Why did you forget your badge?" I just stared at him. Since I didn't make a conscious decision to not bring it, I had no idea what to say. Finally, I just said, "I don't know how to answer that question." I lost a textbook in high school once, and the teacher, this lady who had a Ph.D. in literature and wore business suits to teach 9th grade English to potheads, was like, "Why did you lose your book?" and demanded an answer. I was like, "I thought it would be a good career move." She explained to me that it wasn't. Not a question. My sister's first name is Katie, just Katie, not Catherine, or Kathleen, or anything, just Katie. When my mom picked her up from preschool one day, the teacher said to my mother, "She won't respond to anything other than Katie," and my mom just went, "Yeah, well, that's her name." I had a friend at school called Jamie. During our first religious education lesson, "James? Sir, my name is Jamie." "No, it isn't. James is a biblical name." "Sure, but my name is Jamie." "That might be what people call you, but I'm sure it says James on your birth certificate." "My birth certificate says Jamie, not James." "My name is Jamie, sir." "Oh, okay. Are you sure?" "Yes, sir." What is this? He's going through my diabetes kit and found my Lancet cartridges. Really? It's a Lancet to prick my finger for diabetes blood glucose monitoring. I can't let you take this on the aircraft. Sir, that's not an option of yours. TSA policies specifically allow diabs and other medical testing supplies. Get me your super. Super ripped the shit out of him. Flat out dismissed him so he can study the policies again. Apologized to me and let me on my way. Yeah, it's fun traveling with diabetes, especially when you have to explain the laws to law enforcement. Yup, typically they're pretty good about not heckling diabetics. I'm glad things got sorted out for you. Once when I was about 10 years old, airport security asked me to take off my insulin pump though. I looked at the guy in confusion and tried to explain it was a medical device. To which he replied, "Oh, I thought it was some kind of candy." What? A few months ago, a TSA officer asked me about the intention of my eyeglasses. I told him, "So I can see," and went on my way. I used to ride a motorcycle, used it to commute to work every day for several years. I'd be wearing my riding jacket and pants, boots, and holding my helmet. Someone would invariably ask, "So you ride a motorcycle?" My standard reply became, "No. I just fall down a lot." 2 separate times I've said, "No, I just wear this so cute girls will approach me." That line has a 50% success rate, by the way. It's possible they were just trying to talk to you about your interest in motorcycles. Not the best conversation starter, but yeah. I work as a receptionist for a lawyer, and there's always a client who demands to speak to my boss even though I've told them already that he isn't in and the time he will be in. Client, I want to speak to the lawyer. Me, he's in court at the moment, but he'll be here after 2 p.m. Did you want to leave a message or call back? Client, no, I want to speak to him now. Me, okay, great. Client, I can speak to him? Me, no. Unfortunately, the lawyer is in court and won't be in the office until after 2 p.m. You can leave a message or call back after 2 p.m. when he's here. I was in a deposition related to a car accident. Lawyer to me, which car struck the other first? I turned to my lawyer and said, "Is she serious?" Later in the same deposition I was asked, "What color was the green light?" I did not care for that attorney. Wouldn't you rather be deposed by a stupid attorney than by a smart attorney? No, I don't think so. Should have said, well, the green light's color was kind of hard to explain. It's a type of purple except with more dimensions. Almost 20 years ago, I sprained my ankle pretty bad and was taken to the hospital. The next day, a health insurance drone calls our house, wanting a very detailed account of how I got hurt. Her question was, and I quote word by word, "Health insurance drone, now tell us, did you sprain your ankle first and then go to the hospital to x-ray your foot? Or did you go to the hospital for x-rays first and then sprained your ankle?" Me, lady, are you fucking stupid or do you just like to pretend you are? Well, I was hoping for an insurance payout, so I made a plan to go to the hospital and then sprain my ankle for convenience. Wait a minute. Nice try, health insurance. I'm afraid violating causality will void your coverage. TSA, looking at my ID, is this you? Me, nah, it's my evil twin. TSA, gives me a dirty look. Please step acid over here, sir. Me, oh God, why? This happened 2 months ago coming back home from Florida. I had to stay back and answer 15 minutes worth of questions in order to prove I'm not a terrorist. See, the guy who's being a smart-ass is clearly not a threat. If you're a terrorist, you're not going to mouth off to the TSA agent. You're going to comply exactly and not draw attention. Anyone who mouths off should be allowed through immediately. Moral of the story, don't be a dick to the TSA. See, I wouldn't be, but I get stopped every time I fly, because I look Middle Eastern. I get stopped every time because I am the whitest blue-eyed blonde ever, so they like to use me as proof they don't profile. Every damn time. I have a cochlear implant, with a magnet embedded in my skull to hold the device in place. I never go through the metal detectors. I always have the stupid grope. One time I went through, they asked me why I wanted the pat down. Refraining from smartass jokes, I told them it was because of my cochlear implant. They did not believe me and asked me to take it out to show them. I showed the external processor. They wanted to see the magnet part, despite my telling them it was under my scalp, placed in a niche in my skull where the bone had been removed. How is that not part of their training? This is a pacemaker, this is a cochlear, stuff like that. I honestly don't know. Even viewing the 3-inch scar, they still wanted to know why I would not take it off so I could have passed through the detector. It's not wise to challenge, or to giggle, at times like that. A supervisor came out, asked almost exactly the same questions, received the same answers, and then let me go after the pat down. It's never happened again, but I must admit it blew my mind. I got into a car crash. Did you die? At an interview, HR lady asked me to name 5 things I'm not. I quipped with Batman, a porcupine, on fire, purple, and bubblegum. She looked confused, made a note, and continued with the interview. I got the job. Being left-handed, writing with my left hand. Are you left-handed? Nope, just trying it out. I have a unique name, so this happens a lot. Question: where did you get that name? A. From my parents. I found it while I was hunting last week, while keeping a straight face. My twin sister was pulled by the TSA for having too many zippers on her pants. She was wearing cargo pants and had a total of 3 different zippers. What a fact? That wasn't TSA. That was the fashion police. My hair is very, very red, so I often get people who are incredulous as to its hue. However, because I'm pale, freckled, and have red eyebrows, people usually realize it's natural. Once, a woman walked up to me, grabbed some of my hair and said, "I love this color. What salon do you go to? I want them to do my hair just like this." I backed away, trying to get her to let go of my hair, and awkwardly said, "Ha ha ha, no, it's my natural color. No salons for me." The woman then got really close to me and whispered, "No, really? You don't have to lie to me. I know hair doesn't really come in this color, so where do you get it done? I promise I won't tell." Once the TSA frisked my ponytail because it was too curly. I was once stopped at the Canadian-American border heading into Canada and was asked if I was carrying anything besides clothes into Canada. I replied, "I've got a 5th of vodka in the back." Her next question was, "Do you have any alcohol or tobacco?" I have some vodka." Airport security officer asked me what purpose the metal wiring on my teeth served, which was a retainer. I told him it was so I could look beautiful. When I was crossing the border from Canada to the States with my cousin, and the border patrol guy asked us how we're related, and we told him, and he said, "You guys are cousins but have different last names." Explain that to me. We just stared at him and I started laughing. At a fast food restaurant the other day. Cashier, what would you like? Me, a sandwich and a tea. Cashier, anything else? Me, just a sandwich and tea. Cashier, would you like anything to drink? Me, just a tea. Do you have a similar story? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.